Good evening and welcome to Combank Stadium. We are in Darug country in Western Sydney as round 5 of the Isuzu UTE A-League men's season continues this evening with the match of the round, the Western Sydney Wanderers against the Central Coast Mariners. Melbourne City are setting a cracking pace at the top, but for the home side here, the Western Sydney Wanderers, they have equalled their best ever start to an A-League men's campaign. And if they can get another win here this evening, they will join the reigning premiers at the top of the standings. For the Mariners, they're riding high after last weekend's 4-2 victory over the champions, Western United. But their last win over the Wanderers in Sydney came back in February 2017. It's their one and only win since 2013 and that grand final triumph at Allianz Stadium. The football atmosphere is growing again in Sydney's West. In the first 4 matches of the season, Marco Rudan stuck to the same starting 11 each week, but all good things must come to an end. And a tight hamstring for Kusini Yengi means Rami Najarine makes his first start of the campaign, while at the back, goalkeeper Lawrence Thomas and his unchanged back 4 of Cleur, Macca, Marcelo and Traore are looking for a 4th clean sheet in 5. Well, last weekend, the Mariners came from behind to defeat the champions 4-2. 3 players came off the bench to score in that one, and Nick Montgomery has reinstated all 3 of them as Jacob Farrell, Paul Iyongo and Benny Unkololo all return to the starting 11. But not Garang Kuol, who remains on the bench, the most talked about player in the A-League men's competition. Will make it now an 11th match off the bench should he feature at some point. While at the back, 19-year-old young Socceroo Nectarios Triantis makes it back-to-back starts in defence. Saturday night football, and we are underway at Combank Stadium in Sydney's West, where the red and black of Western Sydney Wanderers take on the blue and yellow of the Central Coast Mariners, who have travelled down the F3 for this evening's clash. Andy Harper, the steely defence of Marco Rudan's Wanderers against the attacking flair of Jason Cummings and perhaps Garang Kuol later on this evening.
Yeah, good evening, Robbie, and good evening to everyone watching around the traps on the 10 network and through Paramount Plus. You know, the Wanderers and the Mariners, more often than not, dish up a really good game of football. And I think the way both teams have headed into this game, we should expect the same tonight. Really interesting to hear Coach Rudan's pre-game comments about the team being prepared to be very physical and get stuck straight into the Mariners. And not 15 seconds has gone past before Adama Traore has given life to that coach instruction.
On the left foot, cross in, only as far as Nieuwenhof. In from Aquilina for Unkololo again. Ballard. Aquilina, the former Western Sydney Wanderer last season, who's moved north in looking for more starting football, which he's got now. As that's a good ball to the back where Tullio is completely unmarked. Flips it onto the left and fires wide when he really should have hit the target. He did all the hard work.
Did nicely, didn't he? And he had the option of Jason Cummings around about the penalty spot. The Socceroo World Cup aspirant, Jason Cummings, playing centre forward for the Mariners. A great switch of play from Farrell. He does exceedingly well to control on the chest and then get rid of the defender.
Triantis as well. Aquilina, fantastic switch of play. And Marco Tullio leaves it. Tullio, rather, for Iyongo, whose shot is deflected behind for the first corner of this contest.
Well, those diagonal passes from the Mariners really working well. It's been from the left-hand side, Jacob Farrell, but it's Caltech who just hit a laser pass. That was a beauty. It split the Wanderers' defence again, and the Mariners in behind. Unfortunately, just a little bit too much of an ask ultimately for them. A good-sided goal for the visitors.
And Kololo with the first corner of the match. It goes short with Marco Tullio. Ball back post this time, the header from Kaltak, and it comes back off the post. And Lawrence Thomas didn't know too much about that one.
Well, it would have been fitting, given the pass that Kaltak hit to open the attack, which led to the corner, that he could have finished off that corner with a header. He's been great value in these opening rounds for the Mariners. Really strong header from the Vanuatuan on the far post. Thunders against the woodwork.
Nkulolo again, this time he goes in near post. Macca clears only as far as Nkulolo again. Wants it on that left foot up against his compatriot Amalfitano. He's got the better of two there. The cutback again. Marco Tullio's shot without the power to beat Thomas and his outstretched left foot at the near post. But it's another chance for the Mariners, who are looking very much up for the contest, looking for just that third ever away win in the league against Western Sydney.
Well, they've got a good foothold.
Krippich slams into Ballard. Now Amalfitano has fallen heavily and they're dropping like flies, and Nkulolo involved. Tommy Macca not happy. We're one yellow card apiece. Marco Rudan is involved in a shouting match with the Mariners bench as well. There's no lack of feeling out there, Andy Harper.
No, well, the Brazilians are enjoying the opportunity to get off on their own lingo at the moment, just to vent a few emotions in Portuguese. The side of the technical areas were going at it. There were a couple of pretty robust challenges there.
It was this second one that's...
Yeah, well, that's sanctionable, certainly.
He wasn't leaping for the ball, was he? He was looking for contact with Nieuwenhof, who's not yet back to his feet, but he's on his haunches.
And Tommy Macca coming in as that second player to add his hands in the back to the equation. Might get some attention as well. But certainly, Palolo will be very fortunate to get out of this without a booking.
Plenty of talk going on the sidelines now. It's Tommy Macca who's received a booking there. Now, is that for...
Well, that was for being the second man in, the hands in the back.
But he didn't really do too much, did he?
Well, it's a no-no because it can be considered incendiary.
Oof,
that's
really heavy.
Yeah, that is at least a yellow card from Nkulolo.
Has been scrappy at times. It's only because every square centimetre is so hotly disputed out there. There is no time for any players on the ball. And Oyongo, with the latest illustration, gets the free kick.
Yeah, it has been that type of half, Robbie. You're right to identify. And I've found it very watchable because of it. And Mariners-Wanderers games are very often games that tell that story. But quite clearly, as this half looks to expire, it's been the Mariners have been the dominant team and they should be in front. Can they confirm that ascendancy in the dying seconds of this first stanza?
The last chance is now. Nkulolo dinks the ball to the back post towards Kaltak. The header. Cummings is there. And somehow Lawrence Thomas saves at his near post, when it looked as though the latest Socceroo was going to add to his domestic goal tally here.
Oyongo's Ekalele's offering has been fantastic, and whilst that's another great chance, the goalkeeper had made great ground and was clearly the favourite there.
And now Nieuwenhof. Still it continues. The cross in, Farrell's header, only as far as Borrello. Can shoot from distance. Traore into the area. Traore shoots. Falls to Nazari. And blocked again. Corner. At the other end, offside in the end.
Offside in the end. Well, a great rousing finish in the half. I'm not sure if the ref's lost control of his clock. Of course, he's the sole arbiter of of the added time period, of which we've had the 4 plus 1.5. And I say, ref, let it go. Keep playing. It's been great.
Triantis is going to leave it in the end for Vukovic. So, nearly 6 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Kurt Hams has a look at his watch. And that is that at Combank. An entertaining, a physical, a fiercely competitive, and ultimately scoreless first half of football in which the Mariners had the better of the chances. But the Mariners score late this season. That's been the case so far. The Wanderers' defence has been tested. It has not broken. And at half-time, it's the home side 0, Mariners 0. It's the Mariners that get the second half underway. They had the better of the opening 45 minutes, but they have still failed to score in the first half. Yet again, just the 1 goal of their 7 coming in the first half. It was Silvera against Perth in the match they ended up losing, so perhaps they're happy scoring all their goals in the second half. Certainly Andy Harper. A couple of little tweaks at half-time from Nick Montgomery, because the Mariners just about deserve a goal here this evening.
Well, certainly, and Macca Rudan's option is to drop another player into the centre defence. So 3 central defenders, and that's largely, I think, to counter the diagonal ball, which is killing their wide fullbacks. So with 2 Mariners playing virtually up front and 2 midfielders pushing out into the wing, it's virtually 4 up front. So the Wanderers, to counter that, try to get their foothold back in the game, has basically gone to a back 5. Klur at right fullback, Murchula, Marcelo and Ron Tomjik the sub into the middle, and then out to the left fullback Brandon Barella with the job to get forward still.
But he's been such an attacking threat, Barello, so far this season. Now we'll have to see how he goes with the added workload of playing a flying left wing back. Nieuwenhof, clever little pass for Najarine. Here goes Barello. Najarine's pass just causes him to put the brakes on. Now he clips the ball in towards Kripic. Macella's header. Nisbet. Strong from Marcelo. Kripic brings it down. Najarine again, inviting Barello forward. He wants it on his right foot. Can he find a pass? Amalfitano with Klur. Macella for Klur again. Amalfitano. They're moving it around nicely here, the Wanderers. Amalfitano just ran down a dead end. Early ball over the top for Cummings, who shows a clean pair of heels to both defenders, and then he got the ball caught under his feet. And with only Lawrence Thomas to beat, he flopped his lines.
Wow. To the catalogue of unfulfilled chances. What a superb ball from defence from Triantis. Just beautiful. And Cummins clear and away. But credit Marcelo, who managed to stay in the race enough to put Cummins off his game.
Now, Ayongo with Nkulolo. Wants it on his left foot, gets it, shoots, deflected, and it lands on the roof of the net.
Another chance comes from the Mariners. Honestly, they've been peppering the Thomas goal. But the goalkeeper really hasn't been called into any great acts of heroics. But chance after chance.
Change for the Mariners. Ruse for Ayongo. And Marco Tullio for Garanqual. So it's attacking changes, more or less, like for like. And Garanqual will now be running at a very attack-minded Brandon Borello slash Ruan Toniek, a player who knows him well. And applause from the Mariners fans for the introduction of their young Socceroo.
Maybe that can get the game going from a red-black viewpoint, because they're making great noise, the fans. Their team is seriously under the pump. Look at this full-field press again from the Mariners.
Oh, and Quall has won it back, and Roos has scored! And just 4 minutes after coming on, it's the two substitutes that combine, and Garang Quall showing it's not all just pace and guile, but there's some grit in there as well. A lunging challenge which propelled the ball towards Michael Roos, and he gets his first goal in yellow and blue.
Well, the Mariners will say it's about time, and on the Harvey Norman replay, you can see it's the former Mariner who's dispossessed by first substitute Garang Quall. He changed the game last week for the Mariners, and Roos, with his second touch of the game, makes it 1-0 finally for the Mariners. The Western Sydney Wanderers have been bent, and now they've been broken.
He's a Western Sydney boy, Michael Roos. It didn't work out for him. Nieuwenhof with Ninkovic. Ninkovic driving into the area, still going. Referee doesn't want to know about it, waves it away. Now, as the Mariners prepare to take the goal kick quickly, the referee says, hang on a moment, VAR are having a word.
Well, if nothing else, it was a very impressive turn of speed from Milos Ninkovic.
Well, he's trying to get out of the way. His former Western Sydney teammate, the former Western Sydney Wanderer, Aquilino. Probably about 20 minutes left as the Mariners come forward again with Farrell. They've got 4 forward here. Look at the space for Cummings. And now Quall across the face of goal. A second assist of the evening for Garang Quall. And it's a brace for Michael Roos. And the Wanderers' defence, the best defence in the land, has been exposed again.
Well, Mariners fans, sit back and enjoy this scything counter-attack. On the Harvey Norman replay, Marcelo gives the ball away. Off goes Farrell. Look at the players flood forward, and look at the difficulty the Wanderers have to get back. Farrell, with great composure, finds Cummins, who knows Quall's there. There's going to be a call for offside, you'd reckon. At least a tight one. But they just ripped us under there, the Wanderers, and maybe the VAR will save them, because they couldn't save themselves on that occasion.
Unkololo finding space for the effervescent Michael Roos. Down his left-hand side, the toe poke. Great stop from Lawrence Thomas, but a clever attempt from Michael Roos, and now Farrell trying to catch out.
Well, they've got to be careful. The Wanderers 15 to go. They're getting ripped a new one here, Robbie. And Aquilino have just been fantastic. They've really been fantastic.
Nisbet for Cummings. Is there more joy for the Mariners? Here's Silvera. Still going, chips at back post. Roos, the nod down for Cummings. Trying to fashion something on the turn, and then Silvera with a rocket from the edge of the box. It is all going right for the Central Coast Mariners, and it's another substitute just seconds after coming on who does the damage. Cella. Cruz. Square ball for Cummings. Saved by Thomas. Qual with the follow-up challenge. Back-to-back wins for Nick Montgomery and his Mariners after that poor opening performance at home against Perth, where Perth got the victory after Sammy Silvera had fired the Mariners in front with basically their only chance of the game. They followed that up with that win over Western United. That's a good switch of play. Here's Cummings, it's on his left foot. Cummings shoots off the post. So close to that fourth.
And his best effort of the night. Great angle. Set it up nicely. Mariners looking to burst through the tape here. And they're going to be denied the fourth. Care of the post. Second time they've hit the woodwork. Kalpak from the header in the first half. And Cummins to close things off here.
And close it out. They do. The Central Coast Mariners. There was plenty of feeling. There was plenty of spice in a tough and tetchy, scoreless first 45 minutes. But then, as he has done already this season, Nick Montgomery headed to his bench to find the solutions. And find them he did. Garang Kuol, the creator, Michael Roos, the assassin, once and then twice before Sammy Silvera drilled home a third and final goal. Jason Cummings could have added number 4, but it changes little in the outcome. The victory for the Mariners is decisive, is beyond question, and Marco Rudan will have to analyze this and have plenty to say to his squad as well, as they suffer their first defeat of the season. It's finished at Combank. Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Central Coast Mariners 3.